Hello, my lovely thinkers. Welcome back to the Philosophical Lady, where we dive deep into the wisdom that shapes our lives. Today, we're exploring a virtue that's often underestimated but incredibly powerful: patience. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly waited for something? In a world driven by instant gratification, patience has become almost a forgotten art. But today, we'll rediscover its value together. You know, the reason I wanted to talk about patience today is actually inspired by something that happened to me recently. Let me share a quick story with you. A few months ago, I started working on a personal project that I was really passionate about. I poured my heart and soul into it and, honestly, expected instant results. You know that feeling, right? You put in the effort, and you think, okay, now success should just show up at my door. But it didn't. Days turned into weeks, and there was no significant progress. I started feeling frustrated and even questioned if I was wasting my time. It was during one of those moments of self-doubt that I stumbled upon a quote by Lao Tzu: "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." That hit me hard. It made me pause and realize that just like a tree doesn't grow overnight, good things in life take time. I needed to shift my perspective to trust the process instead of obsessing over quick outcomes. So, I started practicing patience, not just as a virtue but as a mindset. And you know what? That changed everything. I learned to enjoy the journey, celebrate the small wins, and let go of the pressure of rushing. That's why I chose this topic. I realized patience isn't just about waiting, it's about growing, enduring, and ultimately becoming better through the process. Even Sri Bhagavad Gita, which is a holy book in Hinduism, says, Matrasparsas tu kante, toa sukadukadiya with makron, agamapaino nityas, tia with makron estidi kasva bharata. Which means, O son of Kunti, Arjuna, the interactions of the senses with the objects of perception, like heat and cold, pleasure and pain, give rise to fleeting experiences. They come and go and are impermanent. Therefore, endure them patiently, O Bharata. Anyone who can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a noble person. It is possible that tomorrow you laugh on thing which makes you angry today. These human senses just plays with you, and that is why you should learn to have patience. You know, patience is something we all struggle with in our everyday lives, even in the simplest situations. Let me share a relatable example that I've faced, and I'm sure many of you have, too. You're scrolling through your phone late at night. You know you need to sleep, because you have a meeting early morning, but there's this little voice in your head saying, just one more video. And before you know it, an hour has passed, and you're still mindlessly scrolling. It's not just about social media. Maybe it's that extra cookie when you're trying to eat healthy, or the urge to snap back at someone during an argument instead of staying calm. These moments test our patience, not just with others, but with ourselves. I've been there so many times, battling that inner impulse to react instantly or indulge in short-term pleasures. And honestly, it's not easy. But what I've realized is that patience, especially when it comes to controlling our senses, is like a muscle. The more we practice it, the stronger it gets. Every time we pause before reacting, every time we say no to that impulse, we're teaching ourselves something invaluable: self-control. Patience helps us step back, think clearly, and make decisions that align with our long-term goals, not just our immediate cravings. That's why I wanted to talk about patience today. Because in a world that constantly tempts us to act on impulse, practicing patience is a superpower that can truly transform our lives. So, what is patience? Philosophically speaking, patience isn't just about waiting. It's about how we wait. It's a virtue that teaches us endurance, resilience, and acceptance in the face of life's delays and challenges. The ancient Greeks had a word for it, hypomone, which translates to steadfastness. Philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, the great Stoics, saw patience as a tool to navigate life's storms without losing our inner peace. Seneca once said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." This reminds us that patience comes with a sense of purpose. When we're patient, we're not just idly waiting, we're cultivating clarity and direction. Patience is also deeply rooted in time. Take this hourglass as an example. Each grain of sand falls at its own pace. We can't rush it, but by the time it's done, it creates something complete and beautiful. Life works the same way. In everyday life, patience manifests in countless ways. It's the quiet strength of a parent teaching their child. It's the dedication of an artist perfecting their craft. And yes, it's even in those moments of waiting in a long queue, resisting the urge to check our phones. But here's the thing, patience doesn't come easily. It requires practice. One way to cultivate it is through mindfulness. Next time you're stuck in a situation where impatience creeps in, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the rush? Nature is perhaps the greatest teacher of patience. Think about it, the time it takes for a seed to grow into a tree, or for a caterpillar to transform into a butterfly. These processes can't be hurried, and yet they result in something extraordinary. So, my fellow philosophers, let's make patience our superpower. Let's embrace the process, trust the timing, and find joy in the journey, even when it feels slow. Because in the words of Rumi, try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Thank you for joining me on this reflective journey today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more philosophical musings. And tell me in the comments, what does patience mean to you? Let's start a conversation. Until next time, stay thoughtful, stay